spiritual healer in Guyana, Master Vishnu. Master Vishnu is a specialist in bringing back loved ones and ex-lovers, an expert in removing black magic, negative energy, and evil spirits. Are you facing problems that go beyond your comprehension? Is there anything that is convenient for progressive life? You may have visited many astrologers, but you didn't get your problems solved. Visit once. Master Vishnu will business problem, love problem, relationship problem, depression, black magic, marriage problem, education problem, court case, childbirth, witchcraft, negative energy, juju and voodoo, family issues, health problems, and more. Through one-on-one consultation, Master Vishnu will solve any kind of problem in within days, 100% guarantee. Master Vishnu also offers lifetime protection at all times. Book an appointment at +592 632 9943, located in Georgetown, Guyana.
Mother Kali Mata, astrologer in Guyana. Pandith Shiva. Know your past, present, future. Relationship problems. Love spells. Health problems. Financial problems. Business problems. Court case. Marriage problems. Family problems. Sexual problems. Good luck. Domestic problems. Promotion. Remove evil spirits. Remove black magic. He will give permanent supreme power protections for your all problems. Meet him once and get permanent solutions for your all problems. Located in Brickdam, Georgetown. Call or WhatsApp for more information, +59261200036. All religions are welcome. All matters private and confidential. Mother Kali Mata, astrologer.
Guyana, on August 1st, 2024, all roads lead to the National Park as the African Cultural and Development Association, ACTA, hosts its 31st annual Emancipation Festival, Guyana's biggest cultural festival. Come celebrate our collective African heritage with African food, dance, fashion, history, storytelling, sports, and much more. Gates open at 10 a.m. sharp. Come, let's celebrate our resilient African essence. Harambe, we all hold together.
Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. PNCR hosts Nomination Day. Norton, Desir, Ford vie for leadership. Opposition blasts government over delaying of the rollout of the 7 billion cost of living measures. Stalemate between GTU and the MOE continue. Proposals put forward, strike action continues. And the suggestion by VP Jack Dew that to give parents $700,000 per child is evidence that government has adequate resources to pay teachers a livable wage, says the GTU. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Monday, June 10 edition of the HGP Nightly News. We have what you need to know this evening. 3 political heavyweights within the People's National Congress Reform are vying for the leadership of the party. On Monday, they spoke with the media as Nomination Day got underway. More in this report. The headquarters of the main political opposition, the People's National Congress Reform, was abuzz on Monday when the party hosted its Nomination Day in preparation for its 22nd Biennial Congress, slated for June 28th to 30th, 2024. Current leader Mr. Aubrey Norton, who is a political scientist and international relations expert, told Nightly News that he's confident that he will retain the key position of party leader.
I think there are little or no chances of me losing. Look, I have been, from the time I became party leader, engaging party members in party groups. We have rebuilt this party. Many would recall that when I became leader, people were saying they might not vote, etc. We have worked on the ground. I've committed to a grassroots party, and we have been with the grassroots. The party people know me, I know them.
Norton, who led the procession of supporters into Congress Place as he accepted the nomination for PNCR leader, shrugged off suggestions that he's unfit to be at the helm of the party.
I have no doubt that the base of this party will support me overwhelmingly, and I think I will do much better than I did in the last elections when I became leader.
Also vying for the party's leadership is Roysdale Ford, a Caribbean-trained lawyer and the current Shadow Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs. Ford said that he believes that he's fit and proper to be PNCR leader.
I believe that I stand a very good chance. The platform on which I'm seeking to lead the party is to rebuild, refocus and regroup the party. The party, I believe, at this stage of its history has never been weaker, has never been more disorganized. We face serious challenges in terms of our representation, our ability to be on the ground and be able to meaningfully impact the country at this stage of our development.
Amanza Walton Desir, a West Indian trained lawyer and current Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, has also accepted nomination for leadership of the party.
For me, it's about bringing about a change in the culture in the PNC, and so I hope that as we seek to transform and to propel the party into a world-class party, that as we speak to the delegates, they will hear our message, they will see our vision, and they'll come along with us.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Meanwhile, with the Alliance for Change closing its nominations for the executive, Vice Chairman of the party Ricky Ramsarup said credibility and transparency will continue to reign. The story from Daisy Richards.
The Alliance for Change AFC is in the process of closing nominations for its executive come June 12, and Vice Chairman of the party Ricky Ramsarup said transparency will be key.
One of the most important things with the national conference is to have a very credible auditors to ensure our process is transparent and credible. So that will be coming from external. Unlike other parties, they're using internal people to conduct the election.
He highlighted that the AFC is the third major political party in Guyana, and with the advent of the oil and gas sector, it is important for the alliance to take a serious stance.
Not any flamboyant or any giddy up or gymnastic party. We want to ensure that we put that professionalism out there so people understand that we take this country seriously. The oil and gas sector is so important for our economy, and we have to ensure that if we want to be serious to alleviate people out of poverty, then we can't dance like Michael Jackson.
As such, the Vice President highlighted that his party will be putting in the work to make sure all processes as the national conference approaches are credible. He highlighted that the nominations across the country are at approximately 80%.
So far, we have no issues, but we are working, it's a work in progress.
The AFC's 8th biannual conference will be held on June 29th, and the conference is expected to attract approximately 300 delegates. Nominations are open for the key leadership positions, which include leader, chairman, vice chairman, general secretary, and 12 members of the party's National Executive Committee. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
The main opposition political party has criticized the government for intentionally delaying the implementation of the $7 billion cost of living measure aimed at bringing relief to the ordinary Guyanese. The story from Antonio Day.
Vice President Barjack just over a week ago announced that later this year the government will be rolling out an approved $7 billion from the $2024 trillion budget to cushion the effects of the high cost of living. Jagdio's announcement did not sit well with the parliamentary opposition, since they believed that these relief measures would not be beneficial for all Guyanese. Now that the government is fully aware of the challenges facing many, primarily civil servants, opposition spokesman on economics and youth policy, Elson Lowe, has since criticized the government's planned rollout of the relief interventions.
The fact that we're already halfway into the year and the government has not put out those measures, has not introduced relief. They even said that they would carry out consultation as to the relief that they're going to put out. We've not seen anything really in that regard. That to me is an indication that they have no interest in the cost of living crisis.
He reminded of the government's claim that the inflation rate in 2023 stood at a meaningless 2%. However, citizens have been pleading with the government for assistance to cushion these effects.
Whereas we've seen the IMF say 5.5% inflation, the US government says 6.6% inflation, and I've calculated an expectation of 7% inflation for last year. What that means is that the government is trying to pretend that there's no cost of living crisis. And so when you see them put $7 billion towards it, which is not even 1% of $1 trillion budget, it is just an indication that they are comfortable with the suffering the Guyanese are feeling.
Meanwhile, leader of the opposition, Aubrey Norton, said that the utterances made by the vice president about the cost of living relief measures are unbelievable.
That money was approved when the budget was approved. And the government does this nonsense all the time. They put the money in the budget and they wait until December to give it out, so that they don't have to give an increase at the end of the year.
Norton, who spoke candidly on the subject, said that his party has been lobbying for the government to address the issue of the high cost of living for a very long time. He opined that the Ali-led administration has made no effort to date.
Let it be made very, very clear that this is not anything new and something special coming out of Barrett's head.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio, for your reporting. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
Krishna Roth Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice fill pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Roth Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Welcome back to the HGP Nightly News. We tell you now that Monday's meeting between the Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education to discuss the ongoing strike action by the nation's teachers produced no favorable outcome, and subsequently no date was set when the two sides will meet again. You'll hear more in this report.
The Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education met on Monday in the boardroom of the Ministry of Labour to discuss the ongoing teachers' strike action. According to President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Dr. Mark Light, there's nothing new to report.
Still at a stalemate with regards to agreeing on the terms of resumption. So I would say that we have not made any progress to report on.
Dr. Light said, however, that the union has gotten the indication that the government is prepared to put the issue to rest, but the contentious issue remains the period for negotiation for collective bargaining.
Proposals are put on the board or things for consideration, and both parties give a commitment that we'll go back to our members. GT will go back to its members, and the ministry goes back to their principals. So,
quite like before. But
according to the GTU's president, it was the union that took the initiative to reach out to the Labour Ministry and was invited by Chief Labour Officer Danishwar Dinarain for talks.
What are these new proposals that have been put, and by whom? Was it that the union placed new proposals to consideration?
No. I think both parties have given some indication that we wanted to have this matter concluded, and therefore positions were shifted on both sides.
The GTU head also revealed that the union is prepared to make a compromise on the years to be discussed for an increase in teachers' salaries. Also, the 20% interim payout remains a problem for the government.
That was one of the things the ministry objected to again about the interim payout. So that remains a contentious issue with the payout, and we know it's critical to the resumption process.
In the meanwhile, the strike called by the union continues. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Now for our developing story. Vice President Bara Jagdeo last week suggested that instead of paying teachers a livable wage, touted that close to $1 million could be handed out to parents who will decide the way forward for their child's education. In response, President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Dr. Mark Light, said this is evidence that government has adequate resources available to ensure teachers are paid livable wages. The story from DC Richards.
If we're spending $700,000 now per child, and it costs $300,000 to pay for the school fees for the child. We might as well give in some areas the parents the $700,000 per child, and then let them pay for the school kids. And what this will do too, this will present more opportunities for private schools.
That was Vice President Barajak Leo last Thursday during his weekly press conference. Responding to Vice President's comments, President of the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, Dr. Mark Light, on Monday, said this is a clear indication that the People's Progressive Party Civic proposal to pay teachers a livable wage.
Because if you're going to take $700,000 and give each parent for every child, that means that we have a lot of finance available, but we're not prepared to give our teachers the deserved raise that we are asking.
Light added that the announcement will not be feasible as COVID-19 had a severe impact on learners.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to be listening to things that really cannot add up in this phase of the Guyana society. We have seen the damage that COVID has caused and an attempt to go online. The fact that many children, because their parents are not at home, it's not feasible.
The GTU president highlighted that teachers do not deserve the kind of treatment meted out to them, and although learners are being affected, he believes that the government is trying to indicate that the nation's educators are of least importance.
What did we do and where did we go wrong to deserve this kind of treatment? Because we have seen the impact it's having on the learners, but nobody seems to be concerned.
Light reiterated that teachers continuously feel disappointed and disrespected by the government. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
International and environmental lawyer Melinda Janke has lambasted the Environmental Protection Agency, ExxonMobil, and the Attorney General for compromising the economic and environmental interests of Guyana following their appeal to the Caribbean Court of Justice. The story from Antonio Day.
Last year, High Court Judge Sandra Kassoon declared that the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA, was in breach of its statutory duty in failing to enforce compliance by Esso Exploration, Production and Guyana Limited, also known as EEPGL, for its financial assurance obligations. International and environmental lawyer Melinda Janke, at a recent forum on oil spills at Carol Lodge, Georgetown, robbed the EPA, ExxonMobil Limited, and the Attorney General for being added as a party to the appeal. She has deemed this a conflict of interest.
So the Exxon has appealed and the EPA has appealed, and the Attorney General has applied to join the case in order to argue that there shouldn't be an unlimited parent company guarantee in favour of the government of Guyana. So the decision protects the government of Guyana, and the Attorney General is objecting to that decision.
She urged the judiciary to study the complexities of the oil and gas industry and recognize the far-reaching implications for Guyana and its neighboring states, whose economies are dependent on marine resources. Janke emphasized the looming threat of liability for any environmental damage caused by offshore activities, advocating for a holistic understanding of the industry's risks and consequences.
The environmental impact assessment for Liza 1 says that Exxon can dump 4,000 barrels of sewage into the ocean every day. We don't know where the sewage is coming from. Guyana is going to get a gallon of sewage for every barrel of oil, which roughly sums up the deal that was signed. In addition to that, they're dumping ballast water, which has invasive alien species in it, produced water, which has pollutants in it, hazardous waste, which will be dealt with on land. They're raising the temperature of the water. There is noise pollution.
Over the project's lifespan, this breaks down to 1.4 billion barrels of sewage discharged into Guyana's offshore waters, posing an imminent threat to the wider Caribbean region. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio. There is more news ahead. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Number 1 world famous astrologer and psychic, Astropangathishwar. Astrology prediction is God's gift, passed down from generation to generation. He is specialized in the removal of black magic, negative energy, bad luck, voodoo, evil spirits, your worries, and here, special guidance for broken relationships, husband and wife disputes. Expert in bringing back loved ones,
business problems, sexual problems, children's problems, family problems, health problems, domestic problems, and many more. 100% warranted result. All matters private and confidential. Call or WhatsApp now for book on appointment. And all religions are welcome.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Guyana. On August 1st, 2024, all roads lead to the National Park as the African Cultural and Development Association, ACTA, hosts its 31st annual Emancipation Festival, Guyana's biggest cultural festival. Come celebrate our collective African heritage with African food, dance, fashion, history, storytelling, sports, and much more. Gates open at 10 a.m. sharp. Come, let's celebrate our resilient African essence. Harambe, we all hold together.
Watching the HGP Nightly News. Welcome back. You will hear from Carice Gonzalez now that tensions on Monday flared among People's Progressive Party civic councillors after 17 of 19 APNU members attended their party's nomination day ahead of its 22nd biannual Congress over a scheduled statutory meeting.
On Monday, tensions flared among People's Progressive Party civic councillors when 17 out of the 19 opposition councillors opted out of attending a scheduled statutory meeting at City Hall. Instead, they chose to participate in the nomination day for the PNCR 22nd Congress. Former Mayor of Georgetown, Patricia Chase Green, in a Facebook Live, expressed dissatisfaction with the decision made by the APNU councillors, since she believes the affairs of the city should be given priority.
It's disappointing that this morning this meeting was set. Normally statutory meeting is 2 o'clock every second and fourth Friday. For some reason or the other it was set for 10 o'clock today. Today happens to be the nomination day for PNC Congress, and apparently everybody headed that way. 3 PNC councillors came here. You had the deputy mayor, you had another councillor, and the mayor came about an hour or something minutes late.
However, Councillor Adason Ashby echoed similar sentiments, underlining the absence of PNCR councillors.
We started late. For the minutes that concerns the council, not any particular person, I would have proposed that the deputy, at that time was not the chair, adopt the minutes, and I would have seconded it. There were 3 sitting council UPNU councillors here, and all of them declined to adopt the minutes, of which I would have seconded. So it clearly states that they do not take the business and the residents of Georgetown serious.
Amidst the disagreement, Mayor Alfred Mentor, after fielding inquiries regarding the proposed construction of a playfield in Bel Air, was met with strong opposition by PPPC councillor Don Singh, who challenged Mayor Mentor regarding the ownership of the said land, asserting that the properties in question were not city council owned.
That's one of the things he said is because it's one of our assets.
It's not an asset.
Was it a liability?
It doesn't belong to the city.
How do you know that?
I've seen the transport. Yes, we do.
I think you're looking at the wrong aspect.
I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Carice. 35 persons from 23 different communities across Region 8 have successfully completed a training and are now certified community healthcare workers. A story from Tiana Cole.
Speaking at the graduation ceremony, Minister of Health Frank Anthony stated that his ministry is determined to meet the goal of providing 115 distinct interventions at a primary health care level. According to the minister, the new batch of community health care workers were exposed to extensive training in both theoretical knowledge and practical abilities.
When we were selecting you to make sure that we have persons from the different communities here in Region 8. And I think to some extent we have succeeded because among the 35 of you, you are coming from 23 different communities.
Minister Anthony reiterated the government's strategic approach to training, ensuring health workers serve within the respective communities.
So we have to start with primary health care. We have to start with community care. We have to make sure that we are able at the very elementary level to make some of these diagnoses. And when we make them, to have the capabilities of treating them.
The top graduating student, Nerlene Alfred, acknowledged that she had numerous obstacles and disappointments upon entering the school, but she persisted.
Whatever I have learned here, I'm going back and make sure I apply every skill that I have learned and educate my residents in Kulkabar village.
Another student, Carl Matthews, stated that although the course was difficult, he learned a lot and is prepared to perfect his skills.
I'm going to use it as a stepping stone to further my career in the medical field.
The training, which began last October, saw 35 individuals graduating. Among them were 4 males, and according to Anthony, more males are expected to join the next wave. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
You need to know that night flights will resume from Monday evening after several incoming flights had to be diverted Sunday evening from the Chedi Jagan International Airport as a result of a thunderstorm which damaged the runway lights. The story from Tiana Cole.
On Sunday evening, following a thunderstorm, several flights heading to Guyana were diverted to other countries after the lights on the runway at the Chedi Jagan International Airport, CJIA, were inoperable. The Minister of Public Works, in a statement on Monday, said the Chedi Jagan International Airport has successfully reinstated one circuit on the runway lights, enabling night flight operations. The update was conveyed to airlines through a notice to airmen. The statement added that efforts are underway by the maintenance team to restore the second circuit, hindered by the continuous flow of flights that were redirected on Sunday. As of now, the airport has accommodated 10 flights, comprising a private aircraft, a cargo plane, and 8 passenger flights. This crucial system incurred damage last Sunday due to severe thunderstorm and lightning strikes. The airport maintenance crew, with assistance from personnel for the Guyana Power Light, has been diligently replacing damaged runway cables and transformers. Some airlines were poised to resume night operations promptly. The airport expresses its appreciation to the airline and passengers for their understanding and collaboration during the recent service interruptions. On Sunday, a number of flights heading to Guyana had to be diverted. The Minister of Public Works said during this stoppage, the airport's maintenance team and a team from the Guyana Power and Light Company were called out to fix the problem. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana, for your reporting. Stay with us. There is regional news up next.
Hi, my name is Keisha Davis. First of 4 siblings. I'm a mom of 3 and I'm an auditor.
My brother Tariq is a transgender man, which means he was born female but now lives as a man. He's always known himself to be.
He's great at math. I'm horrible. And he actually helps my 12-year-old daughter with her math. As soon as he gets home at night, he'll say, "Jazz, let's go. What would you like me to help you with?" She actually got a prize in school for full score at math and English. Tariq is my rock. Like, honestly, my confidant. No matter what it is, no matter how horrible it might look through others' eyes, he doesn't judge. And he is there to support me, to support my kids. I don't know my way to do it.
Guyana. August 1st, 2024, all roads lead to the National Park as the African Cultural and Development Association, ACTA, hosts its 31st annual Emancipation Festival, Guyana's biggest cultural festival. Come celebrate our collective African heritage with African food, dance, fashion, history, storytelling, sports, and much more. Gates open at 10 a.m. sharp. Come, let's celebrate our resilient African essence. Harambe, we all hold together.
Step right into the vibrant heart of Guyana with HGP TV's freshest series, Inside Culture. Dive deep into the pulsating core of our spirited nation as we unravel the captivating stories embedded in our arts, music, sports, and beyond. A journey to nurture your soul and celebrate our rich heritage. Join us on HGP TV, where Inside Culture brings you closer to the heart and soul of Guyana, airing Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. and rebroadcasting on Sundays.
Good evening, I'm Daisy Richards and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Haiti. UNICEF, the UN Children's Agency, appealed on Friday for international aid to help prepare violence-plagued Haiti for a dangerous Atlantic hurricane season that could be deadly for the island's many displaced people. The hurricane season that traditionally begins in June and runs through November is forecast to be severe this year. The gang-fueled crisis has devastated Haiti, and the UN estimates 360,000 people in the Caribbean nation are displaced. UNICEF said a late May tornado in northern Haiti, which left some 4,350 people homeless, marked and quote, omen of potentially devastating cyclone season, end of quote. The agency said it was preparing for the season by pre-positioning food, medical supplies, and other necessities to shorten delivery times in the country. Haiti's supply routes are controlled by armed groups, slowing aid efforts and endangering humanitarian workers. A combination of climate change, heating ocean temperatures, and the periodic La Nina phenomenon has led weather forecasters
forecasters to predict a highly active season. Colorado State University has said the Atlantic could face 23 named storms this season, including 11 potential hurricanes. Last year's Atlantic season was the fourth most active on record with 20 named storms. At a summit last month, leaders from small island developing states, many in the Caribbean, urged wealthy nations to honor their pledges to lower emissions and help heavily indebted island nations mitigate the impacts of climate change. More news from Haiti. Haiti's new interim Prime Minister Gary Conille was hospitalized with respiratory issues but appeared to be in stable condition, local media said on Saturday. Conille, 58, who took office just over a week ago, was rushed to the hospital after suffering breathing problems. His representatives did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Reuters images showed several ambulances and police officers outside the hospital in a suburb of the capital, Port-au-Prince, where Conille was reportedly undergoing treatment. Conille had briefly led the country over a decade ago and was most recently a former regional director at UN Children's Agency, UNICEF. He was named interim prime minister on May 29 by a transition council with the mandate to restore stability and take back control from violent gangs. The Transition Council aims to hold elections before February 7, 2026, as laid out in Haiti's constitution after a series of crises in the country's leadership. President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated in 2021, leaving Haiti to this day without a president, while Prime Minister Ariel Henry resigned in March this year after he left Haiti to seek support for the Kenyan security mission and was unable to re-enter the country. Finally, news from Mexico. A local in a small town in the Pacific coastal state of Guerrero was killed on Friday by armed men who showed up at her front door, authorities and local media said. Following the most violent elections in modern Mexican history, Esmeralda Garzon, who led the Equity and Gender Commission on the Municipal Council of Tixla, was killed in the early afternoon as she was leaving her house, local media reported. The State Attorney General's office said in a statement that police had been deployed to the scene to investigate and find those responsible. Garzon had been elected under the Institutional Revolutionary Party, PRI, the once dominant party, which joined forces with other opposition groups to form a coalition against the now ruling Morena Party. However, Garzon backed Morena candidates in the June 2 elections. Posts on her social media accounts show, quote, "Vote without fear," end of quote, Garzon wrote. The most recent election season has been called Mexico's bloodiest, with 39 political candidates who had been vying for a range of posts assassinated. Garzon was not running in the elections. Analysis point to Mexico's mix of powerful drug cartels and often corrupt local governments as contributing to the dangers faced by candidates. On Sunday, Morena candidate Claudia Sheinbaum clinched the presidency by a landslide, putting her on track to become the nation's first female president. She will be tasked with the tall order of curtailing violence in her new role. On Monday, the mayor of a western Mexican town was ambushed and killed by gunmen along with her bodyguard. Yolanda Sanchez, the mayor of Cotija in the state of Michoacan, since 2021 was shot 19 times in the town center, according to the local press. Thank you for watching. Do have a productive week. Until next time.
PNCR hosts Nomination Day. Norton, Desir, Ford vie for leadership. Opposition blasts government over delaying the rollout of the $7 billion cost of living measures. Stalemate between Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education continue. Proposals put forward, strike action continues. And VP Jackdew suggests giving parents $700,000 per child is evidence government has adequate resources to pay teachers a livable wage, says GTU. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.